Hi, beautiful people. It's Bryony, and I want to kind of talk about the year of the fire horse that's coming on the 17th of Feb. Disclaimer, I am not an astrology expert at all, feng shui expert at all. I use these tools as part of my own practice personally, and I'm coming to this space and talking about it in a way that is from my own background, my own experience, and that is in energy healing, reading energies, also interpreting energies that are current as well as future as well as past. And I used to do this work yearly and do distant healings for many, many years, and decided for other reasons that I'll share in another video that I don't do that anymore. So I wanted to talk about the year of the fire horse, and I want to talk about it because I'm hearing so much in my personal circle as well as collectively about how excited people are for the year of the fire horse. And I just want to bring a disclaimer first and foremost that just because the energy shifts into this new slipstream of consciousness in the fashion of the fire horse, it doesn't mean that it's going to be necessarily a good thing. And for a lot of you moving into this energy and seeing that it may just flip the switch into a new slipstream of consciousness, I'm just going to say that is absolutely going to happen, and probably not in the way that you imagine it or would like it to be. The backstory here for me is that I have been preparing for this year, specifically for my own personal work needs, for many, many years. Because it formulates part of my own personal journey, I knew this year was going to be quite auspicious for me, because I was born in the year of the horse, and also because of all the personal things that have been happening in my space for many years, and how I'm going to use this year to elevate my own work and personal life and lots of other things in my life exponentially, riding this energy. Let me tell you right now, the year of the fire horse energetically, it's a year that things are going to change quickly, so quickly. Like, you have got to be able to, on a hairpin, like, change direction. And in order for that to happen really clearly and directly and congruently, is you've got to know who you are inside out. Every edge, every layer, you have to know where you pivot from, where you're anchored into. This is not a year that you can take time to make decisions. Decisions are going to need to happen straight away. And if you don't know who you are, you don't know what your values are, you don't know how to deal with the heat when you're under pressure, it is going to feel like you are being dumped over and over and over and over again, and you're not going to be able to get fucking traction. You're not going to be able to get your head above the surface. It is a year where things globally are going to shift at a rapid rate, and personally the same thing. Again, like, we feed into the system feeds into us. It's like a co-collaboration. So what we're feeling on a personal level is what we're contributing on a global level, and vice versa. This year is going to be the year that's going to smash the fuck out of everybody, including me. And the trick here is that, and I've been saying with people in my community and in the larger audience of anybody who's been with me for a long while, is that I have been saying for so long, so many years, you need to get congruent. You need to anchor into where you are, who you are, and you've got to build that ground. You've got to get that root system of who you are deep into the earth, deep into every moment of the day. Your presence in whatever is happening in your life, in the most chaotic, messy, crazy, edgy, I'm fucking afraid spaces, You need to know who the fuck you are, like it with pinpoint accuracy. And if you can't, then you've got to be willing to meet what needs to be met in that space, uncover it, and then anchor more deeply in. It is so important in this year that if you don't know who you are, you don't have that anchoring, you don't have that rootedness, that's what's going to be shown to you. That all the places and spaces where you have turned and looked the other way and ignored and gone, no, I'll just affirm myself out of that, or I'll just, sort that out later. No, it's going to come, and it's going to come with, with frequency this year, and all the places and spaces are going to be opened, and they're going to be opened because of the frequency. This is now up level time. This is now expansion time. And as we expand, those who have not been able to expand at this point will be confronted with that this year, and they will be given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, which you could also see as infuriating, frustrating. Why isn't anything going right for me? Everything that is ever presented to you in every day, day after day, year after year, month after month, is there for your potential to expand, is there for you to learn, to grow, and to really get clear about who you are, where you pivot from, who's in your community. And it's all, I believe absolutely in the vibration and the spirit of your highest good and love. It's always in that space. Now, that also brings me to where you're sitting right now in the world climate of whether or not you're engaged with what's happening, you're learning, you're growing, you're formulating where you stand in this whole space. There's no more fence sitting. Like I've said this for years too. There is no more fence sitting. You're going to get splinters in your ass if you sit on the fence. Like, you are going to cause yourself so much more pain and so much more contraction in your system and limit yourself and everything around you if you sit on the fence. These are the clarity times. These are the times for clarity. There's no more fence sitting. You've got to pick a side. And that will determine where you and what themes and what's going to be happening and what you're going to be growing in your life moving forward. If you are ignoring the world climate and not meeting what is here, you have chosen a side. You have picked the side in which you are going to stay on, I suppose, and that will unfold your life with this rapid changing global environment that is in a lot of ways dividing people and also bringing people together. Two sides, yeah? There's always the two sides, multifaceted aspects of all choices, of all situations that are happening right now. Those that are choosing to meet the times where they're at and are choosing for humanity are not divided. They are moving very systematically and very clearly and directly to building community. Those in the community that are divisive and those in the community that choose to sell out, give away, shut down their humanity piece, they will find it very difficult to move in these times, because these times are about the revolution. These are the grief and the rage times. These are the messy times. And this year is going to exponentially expand in all those directions. And so on a personal level, it's really time in this last little window before this energy hooks in is to get really clear and congruent about what you need to work on. Really clear and congruent about tending to your system, your nervous system, your body, your lineage, your community, your family, and starting to get those tools ready and that scaffolding and support for your system, because when the chaos hits, you're going to need to know how to remain present, how to remain rooted and deep within your system, so you can give yourself the time it needs to make that decision for what needs to happen next. And the key here is really starting to work on that space between the event and between the decision, and widening that space with the presence, so you know. Because this year it's going to be so tight. It's going to go so quick. And with it, if you are and you have and you know who you are and you're springing from a really clear, congruent, value-focused, rooted, grounded, tended body state, this is the year that things are going to level up in such an exponential way. Like, I cannot describe to you what my body is so prepared for this. I have prepared spiritually, emotionally, physically. My health regime is tight, so tight. I have prepared my foundations for what's coming and what is here, because we are moving into, beyond this year, times of great upheaval, times of great reshuffling and systems and structures, complete decimation and collapse. We are on the brink of a whole new world that's birthing and dying at the same time. These are wild times to be alive, and I want to finish on that. If you are here in these times, you have a valuable contribution to make. You are here to see this death and this rebirth in the capacity and the space in which you are and what you hold. And the only way through is to be really intimate and integral in who you are and in your family, in your community, in your connection to the earth, to humanity, to all beings, and really come from a space of love, acceptance, and connection. Community is the currency here, my friends. Community and connection within the body, community and connection around you, and really going into those places and spaces of deep connection and deep acceptance for who you are, what you've lived through, what the power, purpose, pleasure, and alchemy is in that process, and bringing all of that through and making it part of your breath, making it part of the way you walk, the way you show up, the way you interact. We've got to get this humanity piece at the center of everything that we are doing and sharing and collaborating with. It is time to really turn towards and start to anchor into the deep depths of who you are. And you start by grounding every motherfucking day in every motherfucking way. And if you want to do more of this work, then DM me or jump on my link in my bio and check out how you can work with me one-on-one or group work, which is coming very soon, and a little side project that will be launching as well very soon. So watch this space.